Hey everybody, we are back with our Saturday topic of the week, and tonight we're talking about the mangas that we're reading, and maybe we'll get into some of the animes that we're watching right now. Some of you, I think, noticed off to the side we have our manga shelf, and we're interested in what we were into. So, alright, let's get started. Right now, I'm reading Rurouni Kenshin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anna's really not that into it. I tried to get her to watch the anime, and it just wasn't going to fly. She couldn't get into it. But I'm enjoying it, but I'm way farther in the manga than I am the anime. And it's Kenshin is a wandering samurai with a reversed blade sword, so that the side he strikes with is blunted, so he doesn't kill, because he's basically taken a vow to not kill. Because during the war, he was known as Batosai the Manslayer, and that's just not him anymore. He's a pacifist, basically, now. He's decided to stay with this woman who runs a dojo, and he doesn't necessarily help her teach her students, but he does help out around the town with things that are going on, like with the drug trade. They get into a lot of, like the opium trade and stuff like that. So it does deal with a lot of high-level adult kind of concept, but I do think this manga and the anime would be okay for an adolescent as well. So if you haven't checked out Rurouni Kenshin, I'm really enjoying it. I would highly recommend it.
Alright, the next one is Terraformers. I've actually just picked this up not too terribly long ago, so I've only read the first one. And the basic concept is that Earth is, they need more room, so they're terraforming, other planets. And I believe this one takes place on Mars. And they tried to terraform it, and it went horribly wrong, and now there are giant cockroach men who are living on Mars, and they have to go there and try to kill them and make it livable for Earth. So that's basically what happens in the first one, and I'm really looking forward to the second one because it's just awesome, and the art's really good in it.
Okay, we are also reading Excel World, and I'm loving Excel World so far. I think we've only got the first 3 volumes, and I think you were actually probably a little farther than I don't think I've read 3 yet.
I don't think I've read 3 yet either.
Well, we need to get on that shit.
I might have.
But Excel World's really, really cool. It's another one of these virtual world kind of stories, and in the real world, this kid, Haruyuki, he's a complete loser in the real world, but for some reason, this girl who goes to school with him,
and is the most popular girl in school.
Yeah, and she plays it. It's called Excel. Well, Excel World's like the sub-world of the virtual world.
Like they're all in like a virtual world. Like they go to school and everything is plugged into this world. But she shows him how to enter a cell world, and so it's kind of like this underground thing, and you get to be in it, and there's battles and stuff, but if you lose too much, then you'll get kicked out of it. And she's like a top leader in the cell world. She's like
top the top. Yeah. And for some reason, she notices him and kind of takes him under her wing. And he's this kind of chubby loser kid, and they start hanging out in school.
Yeah, and and like all of a sudden, he's no longer a chubby loser kid. Like, people are starting to be like, oh wow, the most popular girl in school likes him, so he's really cool. So it kind of goes to show just how much we judge people.
Yeah, and how cliquish high school is.
Like in high school,
I mean, we're both in our 30s, and we're reading this novel, or this manga, that is set in high school. Yeah. But even for us, I mean, it's still really relatable.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. Alright, the next one that I am reading is Dead Man Wonderland. I've just started reading this one, so I'm only on, I think, volume 3 of it, but I absolutely love it. It's centered around this high school boy, Ganta. All his classmates are murdered, and he is framed for the murder, and so he goes to this jail called Dead Man Wonderland, and it's like a game show prison, and basically, like, they have to compete in order to win credits and win candy, and for people on death row like him, you have to eat a piece of candy every day or you die. Like, that's like your sentence. So he's got to like buy candy and earn candy and stuff. So he has to do these competitions, and when you lose a competition, you like they take one of your organs, it seems like. So like they'll take your eyeball or something like that. So it's really, really interesting. I really enjoy it.
Okay, we're also reading Attack on Titan. And Attack on Titan is so good. If you haven't actually read it or watched the anime yet, where have you been?
Yeah.
It's been basically everywhere for the last couple of years. And oh my gosh, if you haven't read it, seriously give it a shot. Basically, it takes place several hundred years in the future. And there are these monsters called Titans, which basically look like just giant humans. And they eat people. And what's left of humanity has built these walls that they live behind as kind of a refuge from the Titans. And without really spoiling anything, because if you haven't read it, I don't want to spoil it because it's that good.
Yeah, it is really good.
There is this, there's the military and there's the different groups of the military. Like we have the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. They have the Scouts, the MPs. Who else do they have? That's the two groups I remember.
Yeah, there's a third, I don't remember.
Yeah. The Scouts and the MP is the only one I remember. And the Scout Squad are the ones who go outside the wall to kill Titans and scout.
Yeah.
And Eren Yeager, it's his dream to be a scout and to eliminate the Titan menace. And that's literally like the first 2 pages of the manga. You get that information dump. So no spoilers there. If you haven't checked it out, seriously check it out. Watch the anime. Watch it in Japanese.
Yeah, we've watched the anime in Japanese and in English, and it is definitely better in Japanese. Yeah, you have to read the subtitles, but you'll want to pay attention to this one anyway. I know sometimes you put something on in the background and you do other stuff and you can't read subtitles. Don't do that with Attack on Titan. Like,
Right.
Watch it in Japanese, read the subtitles. It is better. It is worth it. Promise. Alright, and when I'm reading Claymore, this was actually one that you got me for my birthday or for Christmas?
It was for Christmas.
For Christmas, yeah. He said it looked cool.
It looked cool, and I got you the first 3 volumes
Yes,
for Christmas.
and I'm up to volume
9,
and I'm hooked. This is so awesome. But there's these monsters called Yoma, and they prey on humanity, and so it hasn't really explained it yet, but somehow there's like these half human, half Yoma called Claymore, and they kill these Yoma. And then there's like these super Yoma who pop up every once in a while, and it's these Claymores who have lost control of their human half and become full Yoma.
Okay.
So it kind of follows around Claire, who is one of the Claymore, and she's like the weakest of the Claymore, and you find out a lot about her and why she's the weakest in the manga. But it does have like little story arcs where it'll focus on one of the other Claymore stories, and you get some backstory for them. So I'm absolutely addicted to this manga. It's so good. And there is an anime. I found it on YouTube. And it's alright. But I think I like the manga better for this one.
And we are reading a few others, like I'm reading Berserk, we're both reading Black Butler, Sword Art Online, we're both reading
and
that.
Sword Art Online Progressive, which is Sword Art Online told from Asuna's perspective, which is really interesting.
Check that out, that's really cool if
Yeah.
you haven't looked at Sword Art Online, SAO Progressive. Yeah. And of course we got started on SAO by watching the anime.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, let's read the mangas.
Yeah.
So we started reading those. And let's see, is there anything else we're looking at? I'm reading Hellsing right now.
Oh, I'm reading Spice and Wolf and
Seraph.
At the end. Seraph at the end.
We're referencing our shelf now. The ones that we just talked about and showed you are the ones that we're into the most. As far as other animes that we're into, we're watching Akame ga Kill.
Yes, and we have the first volume of the
Right.
manga. I don't know if either one of us have read it yet, but we did get that. And yeah, I'm really liking Akame ga Kill.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
really,
loving the
really
anime.
good.
I haven't read the manga yet. I'm excited for that. I want to read more, or I want to watch more of the anime
Yeah.
first before I start reading the mangas.
I'm watching Parasite. He hasn't started watching that yet, but Parasite's really, really good. It's really, really interesting. It's different, so I really like that.
And we tried JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but JoJo's Adventure was just too bizarre. So
Yeah.
that's something we might get back to again later. But
Yeah, maybe.
for now, I think we're going to put that one on the back burner and focus on
Yeah.
some of the other ones that we like.
There are a couple of manga that I want to start reading. Of course, I can't think of any of them right now because it's more like when I go to the comic book store, I see them and I'm like, ooh, I want to read that, and I don't ever write it down.
I remember we were at the bookstore a few days ago, and you were
Yeah.
like, ooh, did they have number one? No. And now I
Yeah.
don't remember what book that was.
I do, well, one was Tokyo Ghoul because I was thinking maybe I could read Tokyo Ghoul because I can't seem to find the anime. I did recently find out that Tokyo Ghoul is available on the free version of Hulu. So I'm going to check that out at the soonest opportunity, like as soon as my finals are done.
See what else. I'm reading Black Lagoon, but that's one that I pick up every once in a while. I've read the first 2 volumes, but I think I bought the first one. It was at Away Mission Tampa, which was like a year and a half ago.
Oh, and I'm also reading Madoka. I don't think it's the original. I think it's like a backstory one because it feels like there's a lot unexplained in it. But it's about the magical girls. I've only read the first issue, but it was really, really good. So I think I'm going to continue on that and maybe try to find the original series. So if you know the full title of the original series, put that in the comments below so I can check it out.
And I think that's all the manga and anime that we are right now
Yeah, that we
into.
are currently...
If you have any recommendations for, manga or anime that you think is just awesome and we need to check it out, tell us in the comments. We'd be happy to, give them a try, and because we're always looking for new stuff to watch and to review on our videos.
Yes. We like the more serious ones, obviously. Attack
Yeah.
on Titan is probably
Yeah.
one of our favorites.
Akame
Sword Art
ga
Online
Kill,
is
Sword
one of
Art
our
SAO,
favorites.
yeah.
So we like the more serious ones. So just keep that in mind when you give us suggestions.
Yeah. Anything you suggest, we will at least give a try,
Yeah.
and then we'll do a video on it, yay or nay, what we thought of it. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, this is our Saturday Topic of the Week video, so in the comments, leave us a suggestion for our next Topic of the Week video.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be anime or manga or anything like that, or related to any of the other videos we've done. It can be whatever geeky topic you think of. We'll choose the one we think we can make the best video out of, and then that's the one we'll use.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.